Our journey through the Fagaras Pass leads from the south to the north, from Wallachia to Transylvania. Fagaras is the highest part of Romanian mountains, and I think it is also the most beautiful. Not far away from the village of Arefu, we get to the narrow gorges of the Arteș River. We can see the ruins of Vlad Dracula's fortress. The Poenari fortress was its headquarters, and it was just the place he escaped from by the secret corridor to village Arefu. It was just before Poenari was conquered and destroyed by the Turks. By the way, head off to Turks. To get to the fortress means to overcome the 1,600 steps. The path is truly endless. Imagine, there were no stairs, the fortress was defended, and the soldiers had to carry their equipment. From Poenari there is a splendid view of the beginning of the Fagaras Pass, a narrow gorge where we will drive to an altitude of more than 2 kilometers. I forgot to add that the inhabitants of Arefu were rewarded after Dracula's escape. They helped him, and he gave them the land in the area. Even before the First World War, the gift certificate confirmed by Dracula himself was in the local church. However, the problem of Romanian sites is that much of them has disappeared without a trace. We sit in the car and drive on. The road climbing the gorge suddenly leads to a solid bridge. A beautiful view of the Dracula's fortress is from here, but it's not allowed to continue. If I had known where the branch goes, I would have risked the problem with the Romanian police. So we continue on the public road, and suddenly we are amazed. Vidraru Dam is the largest in Romania, the 5th largest in Europe, and the 9th in the world. Its dike is 166 meters high. It was built between 1960 and 1965. I found some photos from the time of the construction. Now I'm really disappointed I haven't risked the cops. The forbidden road runs directly below the dam. Until 1960, this was an almost inaccessible area. When the dam was built, a plan to build a road across Fagaras Pass appeared, but not as big country as Romania could afford to build such a big dam and one of the most beautiful and most challenging roads in the world at once. The power plant is hidden in the rock. Above the dam there is a monument of electricity, a huge statue of Prometheus. 3 years after the power plant was completed, Romanian dictator Nicolae Ceausescu issued an order to build a one-lane road across Fagaras Pass. Works began in 1969. It was to serve as a strategic link for military transport, in peacetime for a timber transport. In 1971, a megaloman Ceausescu decided to build a much wider road and to build magnificent mountain hotels and winter resorts here. But such a huge project was still too expensive for the country. The construction began as a normal road in extreme conditions. The opening ceremony of 118 kilometers of communication was, with the participation of Ceausescu, on September 1974. After 2 years, the road has been modified to its present form. We climb higher and higher. Trees shrink and bends grow. The 118 kilometers are needed to overcome the air distance of 48 kilometers. The megalomaniac building has more than 800 bridges and 5 tunnels. During its construction, 6,500 tons of explosive was used. Officially, 40 people died during the building. Unofficial information say 400 people died in the construction of the dam only. The DN7C road is milder from the south. Getting to the highest points takes longer, but I cannot tell you our average speed, because every moment we stop and stay amazed, to stop again in a few minutes to be amazed even more. The road and the trees below us are getting tighter, but the massive shields of the mountains around us are still high above us. Ceausescu's builders reached the road up to an altitude of 234 meters and pierced the main ridge with a nearly kilometer-long tunnel. This is the longest tunnel in Romania. We stop at the southern end of the tunnel. It is necessary. I have something to do. It's July the 21st. It's nearly 30 degrees of Celsius, and there is still snow. It's unbelievable for us. If Ceausescu's builders would go by the road across the ridge, they would have to go 250 meters higher. For comparison, Arefu, our starting point, is 600 meters above sea level. The northern end of the Fagaras road is just 450 meters above sea level. We stop near the northern tunnel portal. Over a kilometer and a half below us is Romania. The road across the Fagaras Pass is called the Ceausescu's Madness. For its construction, he decided after an occupation of Czechoslovakia by the Warsaw Pact troops. Ceausescu wanted to speed up the possible transfer of the Romanian army in case of attack on Romania. The reason of this incredible building is not a transport. Only at 20 kilometers west, the Old River intersects the mountain massif. To build a road there was much easier. The road across Fagaras Pass is the highest alleyway in Europe. It's said the road over Fagaras Pass was a kind of demonstration of Ceausescu's power. It just makes sense. The road can be used, according to the weather, only 4 or 5 months a year. From November to June, there is so much snow here, so the road owners give up keeping it operating. So they built a cableway. And as it looks, this building fascinates also the locals. Otherwise, they would pass without stopping.